Hello, and welcome to Goodnight English. I'm so glad you are here with me today. Tonight, or whenever you are listening, we are going to talk about something that affects all of us in this modern world. It is about how we consume content. It's about whether we just scroll, watch, read, and move on, or whether we pause, reflect, and really allow the things we consume to change us, to teach us, to shape us. This might sound like a small difference, but actually, it makes all the difference in how we grow, how we learn, and how we live. Think about the last time you watched a movie. Maybe it was a big action movie, or maybe it was a quiet drama. Did you watch it, enjoy it, and then move on immediately to the next distraction? Or did you take a moment to ask yourself what it meant? What message was hidden inside that story? What part of it connected to your own life? The truth is, every film, every book, every video has layers. On the surface, there is entertainment. Beneath the surface, there is wisdom. But if we only move across the surface, we never receive that wisdom. We just get a flash of light, but not the warmth of the fire. This is what scrolling does to us. On social media, we are constantly given one video after another, one picture after another, one post after another. Our brains are being trained to move fast, to chase novelty, to never stop. But growth, real growth, happens when we stop. When we say, wait a second, that was interesting. Let me think about it. Let me connect it to what I already know. Let me sit with it. That pause is where learning becomes real. For example, imagine you read a book. Let's say it's a simple book, maybe even a storybook for children. If you only rush through it to reach the last page, you might feel some momentary enjoyment, but it will quickly disappear. However, if you pause at the end of a chapter and ask yourself, why did the character make that choice? What would I have done in that situation? Do I agree with the author's message? Suddenly, that book becomes alive inside you. It's no longer just paper and ink or pixels on a screen. It becomes part of your memory, part of your thinking, part of your soul. The same is true for language learning. Many of you listen to podcasts, watch videos, read articles in English. But ask yourself, do you just consume them, or do you reflect on them? Do you listen to a podcast and then immediately start another one, or do you pause and think, what new words did I hear? What ideas stayed with me? Can I repeat them in my own words? If you take even 2 minutes to reflect after listening, your learning multiplies. If you don't, the words may disappear as quickly as they arrived. This is the danger of living in an age of endless scrolling. We mistake quantity for quality. We think if I watch 10 videos, I will learn more than if I watch one. But the truth is the opposite. If you deeply engage with one video, you will learn far more than if you casually consume 10. It's not about how much information you touch. It's about how much information touches you. And for it to touch you, you must slow down. I want to give you an example from my own life. I once watched a movie that at first seemed very simple. It was about friendship, about growing up, about saying goodbye. If I had just watched it and moved on, it would have been just another movie. But instead, I kept thinking about it. I thought about my own friendships, about the people I had lost touch with, about the way time changes us. For days, I carried that movie with me. It influenced the way I spoke to people, the way I treated my friends. That reflection turned a simple 2-hour film into a lifelong lesson. And that is what I want for you too. Don't just consume. Reflect. Don't just pass by. Stay. Now, let's think about social media specifically. Platforms are designed to keep you scrolling. They reward you with little hits of dopamine each time you see something new. But ask yourself, when was the last time a random video you scrolled past actually changed your life? Probably never. But when was the last time a book, a meaningful conversation, a deep movie, or even one powerful podcast changed you? That happens only when you slow down. The internet is like an endless buffet, but if you eat too fast, you don't taste anything. If you choose carefully, eat slowly, and savor, then you are nourished. Reflection is not only about consuming content. It is also about consuming life. Imagine walking in a park. You can walk while staring at your phone, barely noticing the trees, the sky, the people. Or you can walk with awareness. You can notice the way the light falls on the leaves, the way the air smells after rain, the way children laugh in the distance. One way is just movement. The other way is life. Content is the same. One way is scrolling. The other way is meaning. Now, let's connect this idea to English learning again. Many learners think, if I watch 100 English videos, I will improve quickly. But if you don't reflect, your improvement will be slow. Instead, choose one video, watch it carefully, pause, repeat the sentences, write down a few words, and then ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I use it in my own life? That is deep learning. That is reflection. And that is how you stop scrolling and start growing. Sometimes, we are afraid of silence. We feel that if we are not constantly consuming something, we are wasting time. But silence is where your brain processes information. It is like when you eat food. You don't eat nonstop all day. You pause, you digest, and only then does the food give you energy. The same is true for your mind. After you consume content, you must digest it. Otherwise, it just passes through you without leaving any nourishment. Another important point is attention. Our attention is the most valuable resource we have. Companies fight for it. Advertisers pay for it. Apps are designed to steal it. But you get to choose where to place it. If you give it away cheaply, you lose. If you use it carefully, you win. Reflection is the act of saying, I choose where my attention goes. I choose to stay with this one idea, this one story, this one lesson, instead of giving it away to the next endless scroll. Let's imagine two people learning English. The first person watches 50 short videos every day. The second person watches one video and then spends time thinking about it, writing down notes, practicing the sentences, and connecting the message to their life. After 1 year, who will have improved more? Of course, the second person. Because learning is not about exposure only. It is about engagement. It is about reflection. And now I want to speak directly to you. You are listening to this podcast because you care about learning, about improving, about becoming better. You have already made the choice not to scroll away, but to stay. That is powerful. That is rare. And I want you to remember this feeling. Each time you consume something, ask yourself, will I let this pass through me, or will I let this stay with me? Will I scroll, or will I reflect? That question alone can change your life. So tonight, when you finish listening, I invite you not to start the next episode right away. Instead, close your eyes for a moment. Ask yourself, what did I hear? What part of this message touched me? How can I use it in my own life? Even 2 minutes of reflection can make this experience 10 times more powerful. Because reflection is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom. Without it, we only collect information. With it, we transform. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Goodnight English. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for not scrolling away, but for staying, for listening, for reflecting. I hope you take this message into your day, your week, your life. Slow down. Reflect. Choose meaning over noise. And remember, every moment, every story, every lesson has the power to change you if you give it the chance. Until next time, this is Goodnight English, wishing you peace, reflection, and growth. Good night.